Yeah, this one is for every woman trying to hold herself together. Every mother praying silently at night.
Hello, guys, welcome
Every
back.
person smiling outside
Sometimes
but
I just
feeling
sit
lost
and just
inside.
think about life quietly. Like
Not
when the
alone.
house is quiet, children finally
Tomorrow is a
asleep,
golden light
light
sky.
from the TV
I
just
pray
blinking
my
in the
light so
corner,
bright for people.
and your mind
But if
starts to
my own
travel.
light go show, people see smile but
And
they
one
no
thought
really
that
know
kept
how much
sitting
pain person
with
fit
me
to go
recently
through.
is
Life no easy, I no go lie.
how did
Sometimes
we
it
get
hard,
to a
sometimes it
place
bright.
where
But
single
till I
parent
wake
homes
up,
are now common, are so
yeah.
common now?
But I still
But
wake up
nobody really
praying,
pauses
hoping,
to
still
talk
believing.
about what
No
led.
easy, still
I remember
believing.
when we
So
were
I pray
growing up,
not
marriage
failure.
used to look
Strength
like
when I no
something
surely
you
come.
must endure.
That strength no be
Like
luck.
once you enter,
That strength na
you don't come
quiet
out.
tears. Sometimes
It's like a
strength na
secret
cooking
cult.
food when your whole world dey
Even when your
fall.
heart is crying,
If you dey
even
hear
when your
my
body is
voice,
tired,
I hope you know
even
say I
when
dey
your
here.
spirit
No
is
matter wetin
breaking
life throw
slowly,
you, don't lose yourself
people will
trying to
tell you
survive. This na me
that's how
for
marriage
you.
is.
I stand
Endure,
tall, make you smile.
pray,
We dey rise
stay for your children.
together.
And many women
Pushing
stayed.
through the
Some stayed and
night.
became emotionally empty inside. Some
Alongside,
stayed and
by
lost
your side.
themselves completely. Some stayed and became shadows of who they used to be. And back then, it was almost like nobody questioned it too deeply. But this generation, this generation of women are seeing things differently. And whether people like it or not, women are asking questions they didn't used to ask before. Why should I stay where I am constantly hot? Why should I call it marriage when I am not respected? Why should my children grow up thinking this is normal love? And the truth is, a lot of women are walking away from abusive homes now. Not because they hate marriage, not because they don't want family, but because something inside them is saying, this is not love, this is survival. And that is where the conversation becomes very sensitive. Because now we are seeing more single mothers and fathers, more homes where the women is raising the children alone or where the men is raising the children alone. And people are talking. People start judging. People start asking, where are the men? Why are women living so much? Why is divorce increasing? But very few people pause to ask the deeper question, what kind of homes were they living from? There are women who stayed too long in violence. There are women who stayed through emotional abuse that nobody could see. There are women who smiled outside but cried in their bathrooms at night. There are women who stayed because they were told that living means failure. And then one day, something breaks. Not always loud, sometimes quietly. A woman just wakes up and realizes, if I stay here, I will lose myself completely. And she chooses to leave. Now, here is where society struggles to understand her choice. Because society often wants women to endure everything for the sake of family structure. But nobody is talking enough about what endurance costs. Because endurance in the wrong environment doesn't always build strength. Sometimes it builds trauma. Sometimes it builds bitterness. Sometimes it builds children who grow up confused about love. And let's talk about those children for a moment because this is where the conversation really matters. A child growing up in a home filled with constant fighting, disrespect, fear, silence that feels heavy, that child is not learning love. That child is learning survival. That child is learning that shouting is communication, that disrespect is normal, that pain is part of marriage. So when some women finally say enough and then step out, sometimes they are not just living for themselves, they are living for the emotional future of their children. But let me not pretend it is not easy. Single parenting is not easy at all. Let's be very honest here. There are nights you cry quietly because the weight is too much. There are days you feel tired in a way sleep cannot fix. There are moments you wish things had turned out differently. There are times you look at your children and say, I am doing my best, even when you feel like you are barely holding on. It is not a soft life. It is strength that nobody claps for every day. But still, we cannot ignore the reason many got there. Because before single parenting, there was a marriage. And before that marriage broke, sometimes something was breaking inside it for a long time. We need to stop pretending that women just woke up and decided to live for fun. Most times, it is after trying, after praying, after enduring, after hoping things will change, after giving chances that drained their emotional health, and sometimes after realizing that staying is no longer love but self-destruct. Now, let's also be fair, because not all homes are abusive, not all separations are because of violence. Life happens, and misunderstanding happens, growth, people change. But today's topic is specifically about abusive situations, and that is where we need more honesty in the society. Because abuse is not only physical, abuse can be emotional, can be verbal, it can be constant humiliation, it can be financial control, it can be silence that punishes, it can be fear in your own home. And when women walk away from that, we should be careful how we speak. Because what I see sometimes is this: instead of asking what happened, people immediately say she left. Instead of asking, was she safe? People say she broke the home. And they'll forget that homes are not just buildings, homes are emotional environments. And when an environment becomes unsafe, sometimes something will eventually break. Now, let me speak to men watching this video, because this is not a one-sided conversation. There are men who are good fathers, who are good husbands, men who are trying, men who are learning, men who are breaking circles in their families. And there are men who were never taught emotional responsibility, men who think dominance is love, men who think silence from their partners means peace, men who think fear is respect. And those patterns are part of why some homes collapse. But at the center of everything is still this truth: people are trying to protect their peace, women are trying to protect their sanity, children are trying to survive emotionally, and families are trying to find balance in a world where relationship education is still not strong enough. So where does this leave us? Do we say women should stay no matter what? No. Do we say men are all wrong? No. Do we say single parenting is the ideal? No. What we should be saying is, let's build healthier homes so fewer people have to make painful exits. Because imagine a world where communication is normal, respect is mutual, emotional safety is not negotiable, where people don't have to choose between staying and surviving, where children don't grow up confused about love. This is the conversation we should be having more. And to the woman listening right now who is carrying too much weight alone, maybe you didn't plan in this way, maybe life changed your story, but you are not failing because your home looks different. You are not less because you are raising children alone. You are not broken because you chose peace over pain. You are doing something very heavy in a world that does not always applaud it. And to everyone listening, before you judge a single parent home, before you assume the story, before you speak from the outside, pause. Because you don't always know what someone walked away from. Life is not always black and white, and family is not always what it looks like on the surface. Sometimes the strongest decision a person makes is the one that looks like living. And maybe this is why nobody talks about it enough, because it forces us to ask uncomfortable questions about marriage, about love, about respect, about what we normalize, and about what we call endurance. And I will leave you with this thought: a home is not healthy because two people are inside it. A home is healthy because peace is inside it. And where peace is missing, people will eventually seek it elsewhere. Alright guys, Don't forget to subscribe to this channel to become a full member of this family. Turn your post notification button to be notified every time I post a new video. Click on the like button to give this video a thumbs up. Share this video with your friends, your family, or whoever that you think that needs to see this video. Bye for now, and I will see you in my next video.